Baby, baby. Early. It's early o'clock over here in East Coast America. Good morning. Good morning. Let me make sure I can hear myself. God damn. Jesus. All right, let me make sure I can hear myself, and then we'll get this here video started up. Yeah. East Coast America. Oh yeah, I can hear myself. All right. Good morning. All right. Good. Happy damn Saturday morning, all my beautiful, fine aviation enthusiast friends. Welcome to Saturday morning, the Saturday morning airplane show. It's early. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning here, but we up and we gonna do this here flight because I never get to do a flight during sunrise in America because I'm always getting ready for work. But Saturday, I don't have to work this Saturday, so we gonna do this. We gonna work other ways. We gonna work on this flight. All right, let's get our Southwest liveries working. Position my laptop in the way to where I can, and it's still charging. All right, let's get our Southwest working. Southwest. All right. Man, let's go to the airport. This flight was at gate 110. Let's do that shit. Gate 110. A lot of gates at this airport. Good Lord. There's gate 110. Hello, 110. How are you? Where is you located at in this airport? You're over on this side. Uh-huh. And what runway were we supposed to be taking off from? 17, right? Alright, well, according to Navigraph, that is the correct runway. Alright, let's go ahead and let's get going. Let me get my mouse ready to roll because the mouse is necessary on this flight. Ugh. That's the sound I make when I stretch early in the morning. I'm old, getting old. In fact, they're not usually two things that work well together. Old and fat. All right, let's ready to fly. Yeah. Well, that's not correct. We shouldn't be starting off like that. Let's go to actions. Setup. I thought I had this all saved for Southwest. I could have sworn. All right, fail pass. Nope, that's... I think because I restarted the simulator recently. I got to go into all these settings again. Damn it. Give me a second. Let me reset all this up. If I knew that I needed to do this, I would have done this first. It only takes like 2 minutes to do. Maybe 3. But it's a pretty quick process. All right. Yes. 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 Okay. Cutoff switch. That's okay. That's okay. Auto ignition. That's okay. Wi-Fi, and we got the new ones. All right, that's good. Let's go to displays. Kilograms, turn, failures, we are doing random service failures on. Our service-based failures on. All right, and now let's go to options, simulation, sync. We're just about done. All right, yep. Move this to 8 times. And we got to do tiller and rudder. Performance, I don't think we need to change anything there. All right, and the startup state is cold and dark with the GPU. All right, let's save this. I have sworn I did all this before, but maybe the save file went away because I deleted the whole simulator and re-downloaded it, so maybe that's why. All right, so put this up here. Okay, return to setup. All right, let's get out and then go back into it. All right, I guess that wouldn't make sense that it all went away when you delete the simulator, so. All right, gate 110. All right, now we should be starting off correct. Now we should be good. I don't mind doing these longer flights with this particular plane because we can speed up 8 times speed, so I don't mind that. You know, this flight in real life is about 3 hours long. All right, very good. Now everything is off. All right, excellent. Come down here, and I think this is the menu button. Nope. All right, there's menu, and let's go ahead and go to actions. All right. Let's go ahead and turn on the battery and then get some lights going so we can see inside this airplane. Now, this plane is probably still at the gate right now, just like we are. I want to say that I think the takeoff time was like 6:05, so it might be in the air by now, actually. All right, we got that going now. Let's come down here and turn you on a little bit. A little bit of background. Just a little bit of floodlights. And let's do the same thing over here. Okay, very good. All right, so I like using the co-pilot side to do all the stuff. So first of all, let's connect the jetway. Let's get rid of the stairs. for the stairs to go away. All right, that's good. Now we can request the jetway. And we got to open up the door. Coming over. Golly, that thing came in fast. You see that thing? Jesus. Nose diving right into the airplane. All right, let's go ahead and get our fuel and weight set. So we're gonna have the fuel truck come by and the baggage trucks and all that. So we're gonna empty all this stuff out. We'll plug it in over here. All right, so according to SimBrief, we have, what is it, 99, just over 9,000 kilograms of fuel. So let's put our fuel block at 9,100. We'll make that our target. And let's request the fuel truck. Still no tablet yet with this plane, but I can't imagine it being too much longer before they finally release it. All right, we got 121 passengers on board this flight, according to SimBrief. And this is in green, so we can start boarding. And our cargo is 3,000, so let's put 1,000 up front. Actually, let's call the trucks over while we're at this page. And let's put 2,000 in the rear. All right, baggage trucks are just now getting ready to start showing up. The fuel truck should be here. That's attaching. Let's go ahead and put on some lights. Bring up the FMS. Let's click clear. All right, let's start fueling up the airplane. Let's align our navigation system. So let's put this on heading mode, and let's move you to nav. And let's go ahead and set our position. So let's pose in it. Go to this page here. Copy that, and let's put that in here. Very good. Now once everything is lined up, then we'll go ahead and put our route in. All right, first loader is connecting. All right, so let's click start. And then once that connects, all right, very good. All right, so we have KMCO. And TJSJ. Flight number is SWA 3106. SWA 3106. 06. All right, let's go to departure. And, oh, let me contact the ATC and make sure I can use 17 right. You gotta be bullshitting me. Damn it. Well, 35 left is the opposite of 17 right, I believe, so. Let me look at Navigraph real quick and make sure we can still do this takeoff. All right, let's see here. Because according to Navigraph, 17 right is what's being used for takeoffs this morning, not 35 left. All right, well, we can still use the same runway. I don't know why they do that. Unless the simulator is more up to date than Navigraph, but I can't imagine that. All right, so we're gonna depart using 35 left now. And we got D Danny, and we're taking at the Valka. All right, so let's go to route. And we can activate that. Go to next page. Bring up the OFP so I can plug in our waypoints. All right, so we have Valka, then we have ZFP. So ZFP. All right, let's look at our flight plan. So ZFP is Freeport, and it is 2631, so it's this first one here. All right, let's go back up and look at the flight plan. Then we have RENAH. RENAH. And we have Y355. Y355. And we're taking that to PLING. PLING. All right, now this next waypoint, I don't know if it's a waypoint or an air route. I'm going to try typing it in as an airway. I've never seen an airway like this before, though, so let's see if this is an airway or if it's just an actual waypoint. Oh, it is. Okay. SAALR. SAALR. Let's execute that. Let's go back to depart arrival. Let's choose our arrival. And we are doing the RNAV for runway 10. And our transition is CORAF. We're not choosing an standard terminal arrival today. All right, there we go. So that's all set now. Let's get rid of any discontinuities. Our cruising altitude we're going to plug in after we set our weights and all that. If I plug in the altitude now, it's going to change it once I upload all the weights and all that. So what we can do is set our descent forecast. So let's do that. We are cruising at 37,000 feet, so all right, our descent forecast is, let's see here, we got 31,000, 310, then we got 20,000, and then we got 10,000. All right, at 31,000 feet, it's 298 by 44. 298 by 44. 20,000 feet is 342 by 9. And 10,000 is 92 by 11. All right, so that's pretty much all we got to set up until we bring our weights and all that in. So, all right, we can release the trucks on the side of the airplane now, since they're all loaded up. Let's see if our fuel truck is done. Fuel truck is done. That can go away too. And we got everybody on board, so we can release the jetway. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and close our door. Let's go to the pushback screen because we're going to be pushing back here very soon. Very soon. As soon as we're done getting these finished setting up our airplane. All right, let's request. We are going to have to change a few things, but we can at least request the meat and potatoes of it. All right, let's load. Let's execute. Okay. Let's change our cruising altitude first. So we're cruising at 37,000 feet today, according to SimBrief. That's now changed. Let's go back to this screen here. Our cost index, according to SimBrief, is 8. I have it defaulted for 18. You can default it for any number, but it's okay. We can change it. And our fuel plan is 8782. So that would be 8.8. If you don't fill this in, you're going to get a continued message on the bottom of your screen down here, you know, about needing to complete it. All right, our cruise wind is 278 by 46. Nope. All right, 278 by 46. Our transition altitude is fine. Alright, there's nothing we need to do there. Let's go to N1 limit. Let's put in 30 degrees higher than the outside temperature, so we have 47. Let's do takeoff -1. If that works, now let's go to our takeoff page, and let's plug in some info about the runway. Now the runway wind right now is 360 and 4. So we got 360. By 4. And the slope of this runway is 0.03. 0. There we go, 0.03. All right, that's fine. Now let's go to this page here. This automatically is calculated. And let's do flaps 5 and see what our speeds are. Let's do flaps 10 and see if it's anything different. It should be about the same. And let's do flaps 10. Actually, yeah, we'll stick with flaps 5. Flaps 5 is okay. We're not too heavy of a plane today. And we got a long runway. All right, that's done. That's done. That's done. Take off. So we're pretty much all set up. All right, let's get our APU turned on so we can get rid of the ground unit. So let's turn on this pump. And let's turn on the APU. Let's arm our emergency lights. Let's turn on the seatbelt signs. Turn on the yaw dampener now that the IRS is lined up. You know, one thing we didn't do yet, actually, we didn't look at our flight plan. I need to change the volume of that. I don't think that was changed yet. Sound. Yes. Oh no, it is down. Wow. It's still pretty loud. And let me look at one thing else. Did I turn traffic down? Okay, traffic is down. Okay. All right, let's look at our flight plan. Let's go to legs. And let's step through this and take a look at it. All right, looks good. Let's click on legs again. And let's put this back on flight plan. Let's go to map. And we'll put this one on flight plan. We can turn the VORs off. No reason to have them on. We're not using them. All right, let's turn on our APU generators. Turn the bleed air on. Let's put this to 37,000 feet. And our landing altitude is 10. So, since it's over 0, we're going to make it over 0 there. All right, let's disconnect the ground power unit now that we are running on APU, and then we'll get ready to back up. So let's release this. Make sure our parking brake is on. And we can remove the chocks. Push back. Turn these on. Just turn these on. Very good. Logo light on. Actually, we'll leave our wheel well light off until he's done pushing us back. All right, let's go ahead and get our tug. And we want the nose to go to the, I believe, to the left. Let's try that.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for push and start, tail to the right. Copy that, ready for push, tail right. Release brake, please.
Trying to release the brake, it won't let me.
Brakes released. Brakes released, here we go.
We have a altitude constraint of 5,000, so we're gonna set at 5,000. Oh yeah, chose it right. That is awesome. I don't usually do that. Usually I get that wrong. All right, and let's see what our METAR information is. This morning we are at 3017.
Pushback complete. Parking brake, please. Brake set. All right, steering pin is disconnected. Watch for the slip release from guidance on your left. Have a good flight.
Thanks, sir. All right, that's all good. Now we can go to return. Let's go to FMC and let's go to takeoff page, because at some point it's going to ask us to like okay the you know, the V speed. So, all right, let's turn on the other engine. Let's turn our TCAS system on. Weather doesn't work in this airplane, so we don't have to worry about turning weather on. All right, we have 160 for our V2. And heading of the runway is 05. So let's plug that in. All right, that's good. Let's keep our METAR information up on Navigraph. So when that changes, we can see it. All right, very good. So all right, let's go ahead and do that. Let's put the packs on auto. Go ahead and turn our generators on. All right, that's good. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Let's turn the APU off. Taxi light on. G1 continuous. All right, let's set our flaps to 5. There we go. Now it's asking us to verify our takeoff. So we just need to click on that once. Let's set our brakes to RTO for takeoff. And let's get on out of here. Oh, hang on, we're having a problem steering. Might need to change something. Let's go into. I think I need to choose rudder only. Actually, let's go to setup and options, simulation. Like, it would make sense to be tiller and rudder, but I think it's rudder only. All right, let's try this again. Now it'll turn. Makes no sense. Hey, shoes are your back. can never do an early morning flight from America because I'm always working. So I want to start using this 737 so I can get failures to start showing up on this plane. I want to try to have some scenarios where stuff starts breaking. I have service-based failures turned on, but I never get a chance to fly Southwest enough or Delta or American Airlines enough with this this particular plane to really have anything start failing. I'd like to try to change that, but the only time I really get a chance to fly these planes is at nighttime. And I'm not a big fan of flying. I mean, flying in the night's okay, or I guess I could turn regular time off, but I kind of like having like real time and real weather and all that shit on. Wanna hear it now, right between the eyes. Why do you have us going down and around like that? Weird. I turned tiller and rudder off so it just says rudder, but I can use the tiller right now to turn. Like that makes no sense. It's like we're not taking off on the runway we should be taking off of this morning. We'll be taking off right around sunrise. That'd be nice. It's a bright sunny morning down in Orlando, Florida. Flying to San Juan, Puerto Rico. This flight, and then I think I'm going to take my son out to breakfast this morning. There's this really good local place called 3B's. It's got a huge fake pig on the front of its building. I drove past that place for 20 years not knowing that place was ever open. So every time I drove past it, it looked like it was closed because it was. Because they're only open from like 5 in the morning to like 12 in the afternoon. Pretty much every time I passed by it, it was like they were already closed. So I had no idea for 20 years that this place was open. But they have some of the best breakfast I've ever had. Everything they make there is awesome. They got a pretty good bakery there too, which is, it's okay. But their hot food, man, is where it's at, man. I love me some breakfast food, that's for sure. I mean, I like almost any food, but breakfast food, it seems to be like, I like breakfast food the best, I think. All right, we're getting ready to make this little cut. First flight of the day from Orlando to Puerto Rico, Southwest. Whatever this flight number is, I forget what it is now. 3106, I think. Yeah, actually, what is this flight number? Yeah, 3106, that's right. SWA 3106. This plane probably took off about half an hour ago, I think. I think it was scheduled to take off at 6:05 Eastern Time. So that's kind of when I started. I think I've been on for about, it's kind of about the time I started. So I wasn't really sure if I was going to stay up or not to do this flight. I was thinking about going back to sleep for a little bit, but it's all right. We'll do it. Let's turn on data. According to Navigraph, this runway we're taking off from is not being used this morning, but that's the runway that our ATC told us to take. So I tried to switch it to 17 right, which is what Navigraph is suggesting that we use, but I wasn't able to choose it. I thought with the new update that Microsoft had, I thought we were able to really customize our plan with the ATC, but I guess we still can't do that. So, which is no big deal. You know, you can always turn the ATC off and then just take off from whatever one way you want. When we get up here, we'll hold short, turn on LNAV, VNAV, arm the auto throttle, turn on our landing lights. We already have the strobe lights on because it's dark out. Other than that, we are pretty much all set. Put our heads-up display down as well. Auto throttle, LNAV, and VNAV. Very good. Well, we are all ready to roll. And then once we get our engines moving forward, we'll click our toga screw, which is over here somewhere. A little tough to see without the lights on, but let's remove the parking brake. A little bit of juice. Give it some juice. Oh, now I can see the screw. Very good. N1 is now chose.
80 knots. Maintain. Positive rate of climb.
Very good. Gear up, Giga Chad. Get up to about 1,500 feet and then the autopilot on. Very good. Autopilot's on. Let's lock our landing gear. There now. There we go. Put up flaps. Flaps up again. And flaps up completely. All right, we are all set, my friends. Just had to stable at 5,000 feet for this first transition, MIEGS. After that, we can pretty much go up to our cruising altitude. All right, our METAR is still 3017. On our way. Once we get to cruising altitude, we'll speed this up 8 times speed. That'll really shorten the amount of time we're cruising for. Instead of cruising for 2.5 hours or 2 hours, we'll cut it down probably about half an hour. We're getting ready to transition, so we'll just put you up to 37,000. And let's go ahead and click this, and then click VNav again. Now we are all set for our climb. The ATC is so annoying. Golly. Is that what it's like in real life? Do you just talk? I mean, is it like just talk that much? Next 3016. Oh, not according to SimBrief. According to SimBrief, it's 3018. I'm going to stick with SimBrief, by the way. So let's do 3018. Put the heads-up display away since we're not using that anymore. Change this to 3015. Now when we do switch over to standard barometric pressure, I am going to use the mouse for that. Otherwise, we may catch a big error. All right, so after takeoff, engine bleeds on, yep. Packs are auto, landing gears up and off, and flaps are up with no lights on. Very good. One of these days, there'll be a tablet sitting right here. One of these days. Bye, Orlando. Hello, Puerto Rico. Treasure Lagoon. Looks like a helicopter pad. Maybe it's just a point of interest. It looks like it has a little bit of red in the center of it. Usually that's an H, like a red H for a helicopter. Maybe it is a helicopter pad. Who knows? We got to switch over to standard pressure here momentarily. So let's get our mouse ready. We don't use the mouse. So when I use the controller, you see how it's like flashing blue like that? When I use the controller to click this button, it takes it from this slow flashing and it flashes it like super rapidly, and it continues to switch between standard to regular pressure, standard, regular, like back and forth. And by the time I usually am able to get control of it, the pressure sometimes changes so much that I'm like thousands of feet different in altitude than what I should be. So now whenever I interact with that particular button or this button, I use a mouse. Same thing with the speed brakes. If I were to click on this right now and try to drag it with my controller, it will continually flash blue and it won't stop. So I can use my controller. I just have to click on the side here, like arm it, 50%, flight, detent, like those kind of things I can do. That's no problem. Interacting directly with that, I can't do. All right, we'll turn off the center tanks. On our way to 37,000 feet. Really thought Aerofly would have been released for iOS by now, but I think it's in its final stages because no Aerofly is now, you can't find any Aerofly simulator on the Apple Store. And usually when that happens, it's because they're getting ready to release the new version. I can't play Aerofly on my tablet, my Android tablet. It still runs at like 20 frames a second, so that's not going to work. Even with like the pixels all the way turned down, the graphics turned all the way down, like traffic at 0, like everything in 0, it still runs like crap on my tablets. So the iPad though seems to run it pretty well. The last two Aerofly simulators, the FS22 and FS23, both were running pretty constantly at close to 60 frames a second on my iPad. iPad's like 4 or 5 years old at this point. Just kind of ancient in, in technology terms, but We're having some storms over Florida. All right, we got about 69, 70 miles to the top of our climb. Let's say 137. We can let the people move around the cabin. Once we get to 37,000 feet, we'll speed it up 8 times speed. Service base failures turned on. I don't think we probably shouldn't have any failures today since it's the first time flying with this livery since we reset the simulator. I had to uninstall it and reinstall it a few days ago, so. Vero Beach, that's a pretty part of Florida. Vero Beach, I've been there a couple of times. This plane in real life is probably about an hour in front of us. I think this plane took off around 6:05 this morning. This way to Puerto Rico, we took off about an hour after that. There's the Bahamas. There's the Bahamas. All right, let's switch this side to progress. Put you back on legs, because once we get up to our cruising altitude, we're gonna use this screen to monitor how close we are to our descent, because we're gonna speed it up 8 times speed. Beautiful, beautiful sunny morning on our way from Orlando to Puerto Rico. Almost at our cruising altitude. Let's check the Apple Store and see if Aerofly has made its way in there yet. I don't think it has, so I just checked a couple hours ago. Aerofly. Nope, not yet. They did the same thing last year, right before Aerofly FS 2023 launched. A couple of days before it launched, they took off all of the Aeroflies out of the Play Store. Not sure why they do that. You know, why they take all the versions out before they launch a new one. I wonder why Apple does that. All right, we are at our cruising altitude. We have 773 miles to the top of our descent. That's not too bad. Let's move our yoke down so we can see a little better. All right, and let's move our range out a little bit. All right, let's speed up. 8x. We'll do that until we get to that big turn. All right, now we're in 8x. We're sped up. You can see in the green now, that means that in this particular plane, that means that we're now in a sped up mode. Let's turn off the increased speed for now until we pass over the Bahamas and make our turn. It's the Bahamas right down there, right below us. So you can see how turquoise the water is from up here. Right over that back wing and back tail wing back there. just about leveled out, we can activate our speed increase again. There we go. Now we can leave this for a while, I believe. It's a little while until we make our next turn. It would probably be okay if we made a turn with it on, but I just feel safer without it, being active for turns. I have noticed, though, that when I do an outside view or change the camera a lot while I'm in this sped up mode, that it actually slows it down quite a bit. So I usually stay kind of in this kind of camera view while I'm in sped up mode. You can see the miles are coming down pretty good. Sometimes they click down a lot, quicker than that, but 8x speed doesn't always mean we're getting 8x speed, I guess. I guess sometimes it means that it'll just go up to 8x, I guess. There's sometimes when the mileage is really rolling down, but thing is moving, bro. Moving pretty good now. You can actually go up to 16x with this particular plane, but from what the modders said that made this plane is that it's a good chance when you go 16x that the autopilot's not going to stay on and you may lose control of the plane. So they kind of recommend 8x speed, which we have. They kind of recommend that to kind of be the cap that you do, the max. Got 500 and some miles until our descent, so we'll stay in this sped up rate for as long as we can. I usually turn it off when we get ready to make a turn, but we will leave it on as long as possible. Maybe we'll catch up to the real flight. In real life, maybe we'll catch it, since we took off an hour after they did. But the real flight today is a Southwest 737-800 like this one. Flight number in, got I think the exact route as well. Alright, so we can make that, that little turn shouldn't be a problem. It's only going like 5 or 6 degrees, that's no big deal. We can leave it sped up for that. I never tried landing at this airport before, so I don't really know what to expect, but I'm sure it'll be like every other airport for the most part, but I've taken off from this airport, I've never landed at it. Oh, it looks like it slows down for the turn. That's interesting. PMDG has it programmed so it slows down for the turn, and then I guess it speeds back up after it levels off. That's pretty interesting. Never realized that before. We're still in sped up mode. You can still see the clock is in green, so that means that we're right now in our sped up mode. And now we're back to 8x again. That's cool. I didn't realize it slows down for the turns. Very cool. I was just really clicking down now. Look at that. Just ticking down. It's almost a mile every like 2 seconds. Until now. Now we slow down so we can make our turn. We're getting there. Coming in the home stretch of our cruise. I'm so comfortable right now. It's like kind of dark in my room. The fan's on. I got like the sound of the airplane. I almost fell asleep a couple of times just sitting here waiting for this cruise to be finished. I can make my own ASMR videos. Airplane ASMR, whatever it is. ASMR. When we get to about 30 miles from the top of our descent, we'll turn off the sped up portion. We can turn that off now. Sped up portion. Let's see what our transition altitude is. I think it's still 18,000 feet. All right, very good. Do have visual flight rules in place for Puerto Rico. That's good. Let's set up our heads-up display for our landing. So let's come down here and change our mode. That for landing. And let's enter in the runway elevation and length. The runway elevation is 9 feet. And its length is 0.16. Updating this will put our reticle pretty much right on the sweet spot of the touchdown zone. And changing these modes will clear up a lot of the clutter on the heads-up display and really just give you a nice big open screen. It's good for landings. Alright, we can switch this back to legs now. We can put this back on progress. Let's put this down to 28,000 feet. Put you on. Rearm VNAV. Now, when we get to our top of descent, we should start descending accordingly. Alright, let's leave it in this mode so we can, when we start descending, we'll see where the green arc shows up. We should have a green arc that shows up right before pling right there. See, our final course is 101. Seven. Program in our ILS info just in case we do an ILS landing. Our decision height is 398. Let's set that. Any moment we should start descending. We should get our vertical deviation type displays that should show up here. There we go. There's that green arc I was telling you about. So instead of just turning our altitude all the way down to like 2,000 feet right now, I like doing it in steps. That way we can make sure we're getting to the correct altitude by the correct waypoint. All right, we've begun our descent. Doesn't take too long when you do 8 times speed, that's for sure. And oh, look at that. RNP 0.3 not authorized. VNAV not authorized. Oh, that's interesting. Let's change our required navigation performance to 0.3. 0.3. And let's switch our display over here. Let's change that and let's click this button twice. There we go. Now that gives us our descent angle with our required navigation performance and our actual navigation performance. Looks like we'll be getting at 28,000, kind of right on time. After that is 13,000 at Solar, so 13.6. Let's plug that in. And let's go to page 4. That gives us our vertical deviation, so we're a little bit high, but that's okay. So far, so good. That's cool. You can hear the difference of the wind. Or at least I can in my headphones. I've never noticed that before. That's pretty cool. Alright, our METAR is 3007 according to Navigraph. I'm gonna get ready to change that. Our mouse. Put this thing in approach mode. That will bring up our indicators much quicker than on the screen here. Down to 2300. You can see Puerto Rico well off in the distance there. So far, so good. We got a decel point coming up here. This with these two little circles are, those are deceleration points. Let's get ready with our speed brake if we need it. actually 30.09 right now. Change that. Yeah, we never did set up our approach. So it'll be 138 would be our final speed.
$2,500.
Auto brakes are on. Speed brake is armed. And let's engage the second autopilot as well. All right, we are all good. Now it has a course of 104. That shouldn't be. It should be 101. But it's not letting us change it. That's so stupid. But whatever. It is what it is. What's up, Chris Aviation? What's happening? It's good, my dude. Let's see if they have an air marshal here that can wave us in. The one last night didn't tell us to stop. He just kept on. He wanted us to run him over last night. So let's see if this guy in Puerto Rico wants to run him over too. Sometimes the air marshals do a good job telling us when to stop. Sometimes they just want us to keep on going. Yeah, man. Solved in buttery. That's right. Yay. Actually, let me bring this up.
Minimums.
I'm probably just going to let the plane land itself, actually, because I like watching it land. So we'll see if the autopilot can make a soft buttery landing. The days of soft buttery landings are coming back, though, once I get the new Aerofly downloaded. That one, I'm going to make plenty of soft buttery landings with Aerofly. I would do more manual landings myself in this simulator if there was a way to rewind it and watch it. Unfortunately, there... Second, let me contact the ATC and then I'll read your message. Hang on. Let's get taxied to a gate. See if we can get a... It's all about them soft, buttery touchdowns. That's right. Soft and buttery. Yeah, I'm going to do another flight later today. I got a few things to do. But yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm not sure what kind of flight I'm going to do yet, but I found a real Mitsubishi MU2 flight that I'm thinking about doing. Oh, hang on a second. So stupid. I got to click that on the ground. Yeah, I found a real MU2 flight, and I think it's in Canada. So I might do that later today. I don't know what I'm going to do later, actually. I don't know. Might be a CJ4, might be an ATR. I don't know. We'll see. If there's anything you guys want to see, let me know. I have no problem. Air France 447 online. Sure. Oh, shit. We're getting ready to go off-roading. could try that. Plane's not turning. Come on now. I'm going too fast. I still got everything up. Jesus Christ. Let's put our flaps up. All right. See if there's a air marshal over here. Yep, there is. See if he tells us to actually stop or not. Sweet. He did it here. The one last night didn't tell us to stop. That one is still waving us in. All right, we're good. I'm going to dip out here. I will see y'all a little bit later. If anybody wants something for me to do, certainly put it in the comments, and I will do my best to honor your request. But I will see y'all over the skies of Mother Earth a little bit later today. Peace.